What up, what up? What up, internet? It's Captain Redbeard here. About to crash into my recyclable can. It's Saturday, October 3rd. This is my video entry for today. I'm gonna talk about, it's kind of like an update from that Earthlings video I posted. Yeah, it's day 5 for me on becoming a vegetarian, or my transition into becoming a vegetarian, which I really wasn't sure how it was gonna go. Didn't really know, because as my friends are so kindly constantly reminding me every day, I really like chicken wings and ribeye steaks and these things that I've eaten over my life. They're especially seafood, man. Still haven't decided if I can actually give that up completely. But yeah, you know, since I did it, all my friends have, you know, been busting on me. Not all of them, excuse me, but most of them are just busting on me, making fun of me, talking about how like we're civilized, and that's why we have these big slaughterhouses, and because we're smarter than animals, and just all these different reasons as to why we do the things we do. But most of the people that I'm having this argument with won't watch the actual show or the actual program that I watched, which again is called Earthlings. You Google it. It's a disturbing video. It's a disturbing, eye-opening thing, you know. Now, I mean, I guess it's like a matter of like puzzle pieces kind of coming together in people's brains when they understand something. Because I've always really loved animals. I always, you know, anyone that knows me, I've always loved animals more than people, for the most part. I think that animals have more to teach us, or as much to teach us as we have to teach each other. And I think animals are much better at coexisting with each other along the natural order of things, and coexisting with their home, the planet. Just gonna pick my nose a little bit, you know. But that's pretty much like how I feel about animals. And then on top of it, just the lack of respect that is displayed before nature. You know, in the way, in the manner that we kill these animals in a mass, you know, a mass killing way, like just kill, you know, so many a day that it's ridiculous. And like, you know, I just wanted to bring up a couple other points that kind of help justify like why I'm doing what I'm doing, you know. I'm watching this show, Earthlings, and like, you know, I mean, they have the big slaughterhouses, and then they have medium-sized slaughterhouses, and you know, all along the way down. And basically what it boils down to is the financial situation of the owner. Is like, you know, they're trying to draw a product, and they're trying to draw a profit. So the more money that these slaughterhouses have, the more sanitary and humane they are in the method in which they kill these animals, right? So, you know, I'm watching this, and I'm watching them, you know, pick up cows, you know, by their back leg, and you know, the cow's like, you know, struggling like a person would struggle if you hang him by his ankle and then proceed to slit his throat. Now, most of these cows, like, you know, they get their throat slit, and then they, you know, they go along on this system, and you know, they have like kind of like testimonials from, you know, these poor people that work in these places. I mean, these got to be, you know, future serial killers, in my opinion. Like, if your job is to mutilate and kill animals consistently every day, fuck, I feel bad for you. That's not good. Not a good job. I would rather shovel horse shit and smear it on my head every day than do that. But like, just the method in which they do this is, it depends on how much money the individual place has. You know what I mean? So you got like smaller farms, you know, bringing pigs out into like a little yard, and then just beating it in the head with a pipe wrench until it's dead, you know. I mean, sure, you know, look, I know there's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of guys out there that'll be like, oh, you're a pussy, you know, we eat meat, we're men, we're meat eaters, you know. But here's the deal, out of all my friends, you know, I always fuck with them, and it came from a terrible experience. I don't know how many of you ever had to kill an animal with your bare hands. Not with a gun, not with a bow and arrow, with your bare hands, you know, like actually kill it with your bare hands. I have had to do that under an unfortunate circumstance, which I really didn't enjoy, and it, you know, I was a wreck. You know, I was backing out of my driveway one time, and I ran over a raccoon, a really big raccoon, and you know, I broke its back. You know, it couldn't walk, its back legs were done, and it was really bad. Like, I ran right over its midsection. And immediately I thought it was one of my cats, you know what I mean? Before I even got out of my truck, I thought it was one of my cats, so I was freaking out, you know? But make a long story short, I got out, you know, I not even thinking about what I was doing, I picked this gigantic female raccoon up, you know, picked it up in my arms like it was a baby. And the thing is just kind of making noise, you know, like it didn't try to bite me, it didn't try to scratch me, it didn't try to get away, it could still use its front paws. But like, you know, I was looking at this thing and I was like amazed at how clean it was and how well it took care of itself. And then it reminded me of my cats, or of like my dog, you know, a dog that I've had in the past, or of anyone's pet, you know, I mean, because I know people have raccoons as pets. And I had to kill it. You know, I wasn't gonna run it over again because that was just disrespectful. Anything that I thought of to do was disrespectful, so all I could think of to do was to hug this thing and suffocate it. You know, I had to cover its nose and mouth with my hand, and I suffocated it, and I felt its heart stop. You know what I mean? And now you got a couple of you are probably like, Jesus, this is a lunatic. You know, I didn't really know what else to do. I had to do it. You know, I'm not going to just leave it out there to suffer and walk away and pretend I didn't do that, because that's, you know, that's not really the right thing to do. So after I did this, you know, it kind of changed a little bit the way I felt. But, you know, a couple of my friends also made fun of me, like, oh, why didn't you hit it in the head with a rock? Why didn't you do this, do that? Well, you know, it was just, you know, kind of an instantaneous thing. I didn't really know how to react, so that's what I did. But then, like, having that in my mind, and then seeing this video where these people are just doing this kind of shit, but in like a less personal way, you know what I mean? They're you know, mutilating these animals, and a lot of times the animals are like still alive when they begin to cut meat off of them, you know, like they're cutting these steaks off of the cow, and the thing is looking at the people doing it like, that's just, I don't know, I guess you have to have like a certain type of empathy for living things in order for that to even mean anything to you, because I know I've met people in my life that they just don't, or they pretend they don't, because of the society that and the way we live. So I don't know. I don't know what's in everyone else's head, but all I know is that that combination of things, along with the program that I saw the other day on Discovery, which basically is telling me, or it told me and everyone else that saw it, that, you know, the phytoplankton in the ocean, it's dying. You know, the acidity level in the ocean is killing shit, and it's not good for us. It's not good for fish. You know, there's going to be no more crustaceans in possibly 20, 30 years. You know, that means no more shrimp, no more lobster, like all these things that people love to eat and enjoy. It's going to be gone, you know, and we're not going to be able to eat it anyway. And then once that's gone, you know, it's going to be a domino effect of things that are going to happen, and the smart people who are seeing this video kind of can put the rest of the pieces in place. So I just kind of made the decision that I don't want to be a part of that anymore, you know, and it's my opinion, or my change, me not doing that, really in the grand scheme of things is not going to make that big of a difference. But, you know, it made me feel better. It made me think that I was doing something right and better. And it's harder, you know, because it is harder to stop doing a behavior that you've been doing your whole life, like eating ham sandwiches and eating chicken McNuggets and eating chicken wings and all these things that I really like. You know, I'm gonna have to stop, and I've successfully did it for now. This is the 5th day, and nothing has happened to me. Like, I'm not, you know, I'm not dying. I'm not going through any type of a terrible change in my life. It's not hurting me. It was just a harder decision. And in my experience in life, usually the harder decision is the right one, is the better decision to make. So I guess this is just like a little story / explanation as to why I'm trying to do this. Like I said, I still don't know if I'm gonna be able to give up seafood completely, because I don't want to not get the nutrients that I need. But I'm sure that there's some kind of supplements that I can take in order to you know, fill that void. So hit me up. Let me know what you think in a text response. Video responses are also welcome. You can just subscribe to my channel. You could whatever you want to do. But you know, give me some feedback. Give me some input. I don't consider myself a you know, like a tree hugging hippie, but I mean, the decisions that I'm making and the decisions that, you know, I'm gonna make in the future, I try to like make the better decision and the smarter decision, not just for myself but for others and my surroundings. And I feel like if most people did that, then we'd be in a much better place. So like I said, hit me up. Just Captain Redbeard here. I'm about to enjoy my Saturday. You do the same. Peace.